will assure the general public, and particularly our candidates at all levels, that our party is on course. The NDC has not been deregistered.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, depending on where you're watching me from. I bring you a shocking revelation. Yes, some people say that NDC has been deregistered. Yes, but that is not true. This is coming straight from the NDC chairman and the person of Siraki Dixon. He has said that NDC has not been deregistered. He spoke it with his mouth. I am going to show you this video. And he spoke in details why he feels NDC cannot be deregistered. He was so authoritative in his statement. He was so bold in his claims that he's telling you that NDC cannot be deregistered. He dropped some vital points. And when I listened to him, I just understood where he was coming from. I just don't know why people keep attacking this political party and making some negative utterances towards them. Maybe some persons are just not too okay with the collaboration of Kwankwaso and Peter Obi and also the full political party of NDC. I don't really know. I don't really know, because I'm just wondering why all of a sudden all hell are just let loose considering what is happening. But in this very video, I want to show you in details what Siraki Dixon has said concerning his party and why he thinks NDC cannot be deregistered. He's even overwhelmed that so many Nigerians are just picking form, and he's even telling the candidate that has been registered under NDC that they should not be scared. Oh, come on. Furthermore, the NDC chairman raised some vital points. He said this association, going into this argument with them, is not actually a registered political party. They are not even into political activities. You understand? He said they are not registered, so he doesn't know why. But all the same, he said his party can't be deregistered. He's even overwhelmed by how a whole lot of Nigerians are still flooding into the party, and he says there is no cause for alarm. When you hear this man speak, you see boldness. You see a man that understands where he stands. You see a man that believes that he cannot be intimidated by any force at all. In fact, the way I'm looking at this NDC party, they are a bunch of, intellects, people that understands where they are heading to. That's the reason why some other political parties are scared of them? I may not really know, but all the same, I have taken my time to study the NDC hierarchy, and I've come to understand that their collaboration is very strong. Imagine Peter Obi, imagine the person of Kwankwaso, the person of the way they are, acting. You will know that they have a whole lot on ground. They have the. Let me not say anything. Let it not be as if I'm campaigning for anybody. But all the same, when you hear this man speak, you see boldness, you see power, you see a strong belief in himself and his party and every other person that is in his party. You will get to understand what I'm saying. Just watch this interview section with the NDC chairman and get to hear what he has to say as regards to NDC registration or deregistration.
Well, first of all, I joined the national chairman and other officers of the party, and I joined also all well-meaning Nigerians, and even people from outside Nigeria who have expressed their outrage and shock and surprise at the judgment, the ruling that came out from the court that is clearly functus officio, meaning that the court that ordinarily doesn't have jurisdiction to sit on an appeal over its own earlier judgment. So basically, we disagree as a party of the legal basis and the propriety of the ruling. And as the chairman and other officers have said repeatedly, the party is taking the appropriate and right legal steps to ensure that the right thing is done.
So let's look at it legally speaking now. I mean, you've spoken as the national leader of the party, and from your own point of view as the national leader, how do you interpret, based on the status of your party, what do you say the status is right now as a national leader?
Well, first of all,
where does this leave your party?
Yes, I want all Nigerians to thank them for their support and their solidarity and their prayers. As a matter of fact, from Friday, thousands of Nigerians have been flocking to our website to register. They now know more about our party, they sympathize with our party and our candidates, and they are flocking and buying into the vision of our party and our candidates. So I thank them for their support and their prayers. Now, the NDC has not been deregistered. The NDC has validly nominated candidates for all elective offices in primaries monitored nationwide by INEC, from House of Assembly to House of Reps to Senate to governorship and to a presidential candidate who has also nominated a running mate. I myself am also a senatorial candidate of the party. All nominations have been validly carried out, monitored by INEC, in accordance with the time frame given by INEC. So I assure all our candidates and members that those nominations are valid. And by the laws of this country, nominations are done at the primaries that take place at the various levels. The submission to INEC is an administrative procedure. So the NDC is still a party. The court itself did not register it. And no step has been taken whatsoever to that effect. And as soon as possible, as the party has said, once the appeal is lodged and the requisite papers are filed, this is a matter that will go to the highest levels to set aside the irregular judgment. Irregular because by our hierarchy of courts and by judicial precedents and by all that we know, the doctrine of finality of court, once the High Court has given a judgment on a matter, the court is functus officio and shouldn't have any business. Anyone who is complaining, someone says that an interested party, you find a suit, or you go ask for leave and go and appeal. But all of that has not taken place, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that is so. We expect that the judicial system will correct this anomaly. And the judicial system, by the way, presupposes that judges and people who sit in judgment will make mistakes. That's why we have a hierarchy of courts. So if a judge makes a mistake, it's well within his own area. I mean, a judge is at liberty to err, it's free to err. But then it is left for the aggrieved party, in this case, for the party that is complaining, we, and all our candidates, over 1,000 of them, from all houses of assembly, all the governors, all the National Assembly members, and then our presidential candidate running mate, everybody has now acquired a valid, vested legal interest because they are not nominated. So we expect that the appeal process and the applications that will follow, including the one that will be lodged before that same court, in accordance with procedure and precedents, will correct this matter. So we are on course. And I assure all our candidates and members that NDC is on course. Their candidates are not threatened. All nominations that have already been concluded since, monitored and recorded and observed by INEC, are all valid and subsistent.
Yeah. Let's argue the position of the law. And today, it's difficult for me to actually argue because a very senior member of the bar. It's difficult for me to. But let's look at the rest. Let's look at the issues, the subject matter as debated in court. And the ruling of Friday returned you to the first instance. The reason I took you to Lokoja was the fact that INEC was refusing to register your party. And you went to court to say, INEC, you must register. And you won the matter. And that was the reason when afterwards, after December, you came out to say, we got a political party. But the court has now said, that judgment, I know better, I see better. That judgment, I take it back to before I gave you the judgment that allowed you to be registered as a political party. So if you interpret that, it means that you are back to status quo. The status quo meaning that before you went to court to challenge INEC for not registering you. So there are those who interpret it as though there's no NDC because the party took you back to pre-registration.
Well, first of all, that interpretation is wrong. Whatever orders that they made in terms of status quo, even while the status quo you're talking about is debatable. Because right now, you have NDC registered as a political party. When the court made that order, the court positively compelled INEC to register us. This ruling did not contain a positive mandatory order directing INEC to deregister. This ruling did not do that.
But there is a judgment that INEC had that compelled INEC to register. That ruling, that judgment in the hands of INEC is now a nullity. That judgment means nothing.
Wait. Courts don't function that way. Courts don't function that way. Orders of courts are to be construed strictly. It was possible for the court to have made that order on the registration if that was what it wanted. But the court did not say so. And in any case, our contention is that the order that was purportedly made was an order that was extra jurisdictional. It had no jurisdiction, no powers to have even entertained the application. No powers to have made even that order on status quo, whichever way you want to interpret it. And that's a decision that the appellate courts will look at, and they will know what to do. And we are confident that even the orders, whichever way you want to interpret it, will be put right in no distant time. Okay? Once the applications are lodged, and our lawyers have been doing a terrific job, and the issues are very clear, Shehu.
Yeah.
I would like you and all Nigerians to know this. Look. The party that went to file an application, a motion, who are they? Nigerians should know that that is not a registered political party at all. It is actually a non-entity. It's not known to the laws of Nigeria. We have natural persons, you and I, Senator Dixon and Okimbaloye, we are natural persons. Okay? In this political sphere, for you to participate in political activities, you must be a political party. That applicant is unknown to the laws of this country. It is not a political association. It is also not a registered political party. It is not carrying out political activities. It is not sponsoring political candidates for this election or for any election at all. Nobody even knows the national chairman of that so-called association. Nobody knows the secretary. Nobody knows the office or headquarters. Nobody knows any member. Only someone described herself as pro tem legal advisor of an association. And it's even anomalous that it refers to itself as a party. It is not a political party. Actually, that is a crime under the laws of this country. A crime under the laws of this country. Because by the laws of this country, only a registered political party can call itself a political party and can undertake or be part of political activities. And it is a criminal offense to do so. So, ab initio, there was no legal, justiciable person, no juristic person before the court. Okay? So the action, every action associated with this matter is frivolous and it's embarrassing, actually.
So you really don't know people who are behind it?
No, there's nobody actually behind it. Now, let me tell you.
What do you suspect?
Wait.
Yeah.
So there are many suspicions and many motives going on, but I'm not here to trade suspicions. What I'm here to explain, the kind of situation that has been contrived. Contrived in the sense that, what did the affidavit, the so-called affidavit that didn't really disclose any case at all? You look at the affidavit, and the courts of appeal and others will look at it, and you'll hear more about it. Look, they said, even if you take them by what they have read, they said 2015, that association, not a party, association, applied for registration as a political party, and they were denied. Of course, as you all know, we started as 2017. Okay? Now, They were denied. So they are not a political party. And if you check 2015 till now, or till December, when we got this order, it's 10 years. So 10 years, that association has been moribund, dormant, non-existent, dissolved itself. It's of no consequence, does not exist. Even if it existed at that time, if members, some may have died as human beings, some may have left, they may have japad, they may have so. It is not a body that can pursue any claim against our party. It is not a body capable of having any rights that can be enforced. And in any case, look, what did they say? They said, 2015 when they applied to use the V sign as their logo. But they were denied. And once that application was denied, that was the end of it. If they had gone to court to get INEC, as we did, to register themselves as a political party, then they would have had a case. But they were denied, and for 10 years, nobody knows who they are. All right? Now, we got our own applied through the courts, and we have been registered. Now, by the laws of this country, the Electoral Act, and even by the INEC guidelines, once a party has a logo registered, they have what they call a register of symbols. So as at the date of that judgment, it is the NDC that has the symbol, this symbol. And so it is a criminal offense for any other person to purport to lay claim to this.
Okay, you've heard him talk. Now that you've heard him talk, what's your own opinion? Please, I would like to get your opinions in the comment section. And please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can have more updates from this channel. See you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.